All right, good morning guys. It's 8 a.m. I woke up at 7, had a cold shower, went downstairs and did my yoga just to get some stretching in and get some oxygen in me. Later on, I'm gonna be training with a client and good friend of mine, Brendan. So we're gonna be training upper body. Gonna make sure we get tons of workout footage for you guys. It's kind of my gym, so pretty excited for that. But we're gonna have our first meal of the day. Two whole eggs with 1 cup of egg whites and 1 cup of oatmeal, so 90 grams dry. I added stevia and some toffee flavoring drops to this with some salt on top. So it's salted caramel oatmeal. It's really good. Like, I've been loving this. Is like my favorite staple meal. I'll just add like no sugar added ketchup to the eggs. So good. Of course, I'm having my special drink here that helps with carbohydrate metabolism, digestion, immune health, liver function, and kidney function. Great drink. It's just cinnamon, cayenne pepper, stevia, half of a whole lemon, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and 250 milliliters of water. And that tastes really good. It actually tastes really good too. I'll be heading to the gym in an hour, so I'll show you guys when I make my pre and intra workout shake. 9:15 a.m. gym time. This is our pre-workout. It's by Ballistic. It's called Trigger 2.0. It's actually a really good pre-workout. You gotta check out this label, man. Check out this label. Let's see if I can show you. See, so we have 6,000 milligrams of citrulline malate, 2,500 milligrams of beta-alanine, 2,000 milligrams of taurine. You guys can see the rest. Glycerol even, L-tyrosine for that mental focus, choline for more mental focus. Like, this is amazing. So the caffeine, there's 200 milligrams of caffeine. This one it's such an adequately dosed pre-workout. So I'm actually a huge fan of this. Very good. Then for our intra-workout, we have 40 grams of highly branched cyclodextrin and 30 grams of hydrolyzed whey protein with about 1 liter of water. That's our pre and intra workout shake. Now it's time to head to the gym and meet Brendan. All right, guys, here's today's upper body metabolic stress session that I crushed with Brendan. So we absolutely killed it. Brendan's a client, good friend of mine, like I said before. And he came 1 hour drive just to come to my gym and train. So it was awesome. We crushed it. And what we're doing with Brendan is actually having him in a gaining phase doing cyclical keto. So he's having basically 5 days of the week where he's in ketosis, and then 2 days of higher carb refeeds where he's having upwards of 600 grams of carbs on those days. Those are on his leg days as well. With this programming, we have him doing 2 leg days per week. So we actually got lucky, and this was a upper body metabolic stress session for both of us. So it matches up nicely, and we just trained together. So we started off with doing wide grip pull-ups, as you can see, potentially in pyramid set style. And we started off on the assist after warming up, of course. And the goal was to do 10 reps each set until you fail. So we got up to body weight. I can only do 6 body weight pull-ups. He got 9, so it was good. And we actually weigh right around the same weight, so we're both around 181, 182 pounds. And the second exercise was actually flat bench press. We did this together, and we spotted each other, so that's why we didn't end up getting any footage of it. And this was the third exercise here, the seated barbell military press. Again, potentially in pyramid style, getting up to a failure set. So as you can see there, I got 100 pounds for 7 and failed. Brendan here got up to 100 pounds as well, got up to 9 and failed. So the goal on these metabolic stress days is a little bit in the higher rep range. You know, we have some, later on we're doing some cell swelling work to get more of a muscular hypertrophy effect from actually forcing so much blood flow and nutrients into the muscle cells so they're forced to split apart and grow. That is one metabolite stimulus that you can apply to your muscles. You know, the goal is to pretty much perform as many repetitions as you can in a shorter period of time to build up more lactic acid and actually be more anabolic in that sense. So there's tons of different stressors you can use in your workouts. That's why it's always best to vary your stressors. You know, there's mechanical stressors, metabolic stressors, muscle damage. There's actually a stretch reflex stressor that you can apply to grow your muscle. There's so many different ways to grow muscle. And so what we did on this day as well, as you can see, is there's my AMRAP, and that's like the longest grind of life on the shoulder press I've ever done. So repped it on, got 12. Brendan here did his AMRAP, 70 pounds as well, got 13. And on these AMRAPs, you know, we're perioding up to a heavy set. We ended up failing, and then we're resting for as long as we need. So we ended up resting about 2 minutes, and then dropped the weight a little bit. And our goal was to fail again within the 6 to 20 rep range.
So we just chose a weight that we knew we'd fail within 6 to 20 reps. We chose 70 pounds, and luckily our strength is actually pretty close. So you can see here, exploding up, going up, couldn't get it. You know, it's all good. So that's exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for those failure sets. We're gonna write down on our logbook what weight we failed with, and then from week to week, our goal is to progress and actually beat those numbers. Whether you're in a surplus or a caloric deficit, your goal is to beat your gym performance from week to week. Whether it happens or not, that's another ballpark. Just your mindset should be, I'm going to beat my numbers. All right. Next, we went to a barbell curl. I like to grab it around shoulder width apart, and we got up to 85 pounds here, and I only got it for 6 reps this day. Failed on that rep, sorry. And previously, my all-time best is kind of like getting 95 pounds for 6 reps. So just 10 pounds below my all-time best when I was at the peak of my last bulk, when I weighed 198 pounds. And right now I'm hovering around 181. So, I'm 17 pounds leaner, and my strength is almost on par. So that's really good. I'm happy with that. Brendan there failed on the 7th rep. We rested for about 2 minutes, dropped the weight to 65 pounds, and my biceps were still pretty gassed. So I could only get 10 reps here, but we definitely got some good grinds here. Everything was feeling great this day. I'm really happy with my progress so far. Everything's going fantastic. Pumps were actually amazing on this day. That's actually a really good indicator that my body's partitioning nutrients well. If you're still getting rock hard, crazy pumps, you're still feeling the contractions, everything's still going well, and you're actually able to grind these reps. When you see yourself able to grind reps, especially in a surplus, you know your body's partitioning nutrients well, and you have glycogen stores available. That's one thing you'll really notice when you transition from a surplus to a deficit. You're gonna notice when you're in a caloric deficit, for one, obviously the pumps won't be as good because you don't have many carbs. But second, when your strength is going to fade because you won't be able to actually grind out those reps. You'll explode to go up, and you'll actually just give out. Your body just won't have it in you to actually grind. And that's what I love about being in a surplus, is if you're mentally focused and you're really pushing yourself mentally, you can always squeeze out a few more reps. Once your mind says, no, I'm going to get 2 more reps, I'm going to get 3 more reps, I don't care. Your body, you can make your body find a way when you have the calories. Trust me, it's amazing. So as long as you're doing it safely, as long as you're pushing yourself safely, you're not sacrificing form, you're not putting your body in any harmful positions, by all means, go for it. Get those few extra reps. Use a little bit of swing if you need to. It's totally fine as long as you're not sacrificing your form terribly and putting your body in these awkward positions that you're going to be prone to injuries. So after the barbell curls, again, we went to do potentially a pyramid set style with a seated overhead dumbbell extension. Grabbed 80 pounds, got it for 6. That was our failure set. So as you're seeing in all these sets, we only recorded the top set when we failed. We started off with a lighter weight and did 10 reps of each set. So on this, for example, we started off just using 40 pounds. So I grabbed a 40-pound dumbbell. I did 10 reps, squeezing, controlling the weight, rested for about a minute. Then I grabbed the 60, again, 10 reps. So the goal was to reach that failure set within 3 to 5, maybe even 6 sets, whatever you need. And you're gonna rest as long as you need to progress from week to week and hit those numbers. So failed with 80 pounds, dropped the weight to 55 pounds, hit the AMRAP set, and got 15 reps. This felt amazing. My triceps are actually usually pretty strong in this position, and skull crushers especially. I'm really weak on calisthenics movements. So all body weight movements like dips and pull-ups, I'm so weak at. I'm just very inefficient at those movements. I'm trying to get better at them. That's why I'm really prioritizing the pull-ups to be the first exercise in these upper body days. And my other workouts, they're the first or second exercise. Trying to make those easier. So Brendan hit his AMRAP, and I love it because, like Brendan even said, he really wanted to train together because our strength is so on par. He was watching the videos and he saw that my strength is so close to his. So obviously we got to work out in together, and you can see, and we're neck and neck in every single movement. We're literally doing the exact same weights, and we're getting 1 or 2 reps away from each other. It's really freaky, and we're also the same body weight, so it's awesome. Really stoked for him to compete next year. Oh man, he's got a great frame. Actually has very good ab genetics too. Small waist, nice shoulders, so he's gonna look awesome. He's great taper. It's perfect for men's physique. We're just gonna get some more posing practice in together later on, and yeah, prepping for a show. So we moved on to doing K muscle rounds. This is where you're gonna see more of that cell swelling effect, where we're choosing a weight where we can get 10 reps with but we're actually just doing 6, and then we're resting for 5 seconds, and we're continuing in this rest pause fashion until we complete a total of 30 repetitions. So again, we're choosing a weight we can get 10 reps with, but we end up completing 30 total repetitions. Absolutely crazy. So it's so tough. It's so taxing. That's why we only do 1 or 2 sets of this, because the volume is actually triple a regular set, because you would normally just use that weight for 10 reps, but you're doing 30. So 1 set is triple the volume. So if you do 2 sets, you're doing basically 6 sets. Very taxing, awesome for growth. Love it, love it.
And I've had a few people tell me that they prefer I actually don't speed up these clips, so they want to see the full thing. I feel like it's too much time. I feel like it's taking up so much time to see me do all these reps, but you know, if you guys actually like it, then you know, that's what I'm gonna do. But if you guys don't like seeing this long ass set, that's like 2 minutes, it's a 2 minute long set, then just let me know in the comments below, and I'll either just cut it out, or I'll just show you part of it, or I'll totally speed it up. I'd rather speed up. If I was to watch this, I wouldn't watch someone do dumbbell lateral raises for like 2 minutes straight. It's like, okay, I get the point, you know. But that's what you want to see. That's what you all see. So Brendan here is grabbing the 20s. What I actually had to do on the second set, so this was our first set. We just recorded the first set. On the second set, I ended up doing the 20 pounds for about 3 rounds of the 7 total sets in one, because it's 7 total sets in 1 set, right? You're doing 6 reps, resting for 5 seconds, then you're doing 6 sets of 4 reps. That's what adds up to 30 reps. I did the 6 reps, and then I did 4 reps, and then I did 4 reps, so that's 3 sets. Then I had to drop the weight, and I grabbed the 15s, and then I did the 15s for the final 4 sets of 4 reps. That's why I love these muscle rounds, because you can progress on them so easy. So what you'll do is, if you feel comfortable, you're like, okay, I'll just grab a heavier weight, do, you know, a few rounds of it, and then drop back down to my other weight. And that's progressive overload, because you did a few extra sets and more total volume with that heavier load, right? Just a little tip there. So you guys might want to try that. I personally love it. So what we did next was a 4-second negative on the incline Smith machine press, right? So 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. Could really control the weight and really focusing on thinking about bending that bar. So you want to, I like to focus on bending the bar and trying to break it, like you're twisting your fists away from each other, just because that's going to help activate your chest and keep the tension on your chest. So great control by Brendan here. It's a 4-second negative, explode up 1 second. So like I said, like I showed in the tempo there, it's 4-0-1-0. 4 seconds down, explode right back up, and go right back down to the rep. Perfect control.
Perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, up. Perfect, right? That's exactly what you want to do. We rested about 60 seconds between these. The chest pump was unreal, so highly recommend switching up the tempo sometimes, trying those 4-second negatives, maybe even some 2-2-2-2 action. Regardless, we went on to doing FST7 incline dumbbell curls. So it's just 7 sets in the H12 rep range, 30 seconds between each set. Only recorded 1 set for you guys because you get the point. 7 of these sets just like this. I was grabbing the 22.5s. That was actually, you know, heavier than I've done in the previously. I've always been sticking to 20 pounds. So I did, you know, half the sets with the 22.5, ended up having to drop it to 20 pounds to finish the rest of the sets because it's a lot. So it's 7 total sets. Great way to get in more volume in on a lacking body part. Great way to add in more metabolic stress to a lacking body part or any body part. You know, Brendan and I both are trying to bring up our arms. So again, that's why we're throwing in FST7 style, high volume, getting in much more muscle contractions on this metabolic stress upper body session. Just recorded 1 set here. This is actually Brendan's 5th or 6th set of the 7 sets. That's why he's struggling so hard. Beautiful. And then we went on to doing FST style straight cable bar extensions. So you can see here, having a fixed position and really working the triceps, getting in the 8 to 12 rep range. Only 30 seconds and only recorded 1 set for you guys. That was my set, and then Brendan did his set, and that's all of the workout footage. We crushed it. That's going to conclude the workout, and then I'm going to go over and show you guys a post-workout meal. So yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the video, guys. All right, just got back from training with Brendan. Had a sick workout. It was really good. We kept it intense, and we filmed everything, but we didn't get to film the bench because we were spotting each other, of course. After the workout, we did some posing practice. I was showing him some men's physique poses and transitions because next year he's gonna be stepping on stage. So real pumped for that. That's why we're working in the off season to grow him right now, growing some size. Everything's good. Now we're gonna have our post-workout meal, and then have to do some client protocols. Have to make a meal plan and training program for one new client. Real excited for that, actually. So pumped, but I'll show you guys the post-workout meal. We got 185 grams of extra lean ground beef, 300 grams of sweet potato, and 255 grams of Brussels sprouts. Of course, we're gonna top it all off with some Frank's Red Hot, 0 calories. Gonna make it taste real good. And I actually just been microwaving the sweet potatoes. It's so key, because before, you know, I always thought I had to spend way more time and cook the sweet potato on the barbecue, but now it's just, I just microwave it. And yeah, 'cause a sweet potato is my favorite carb source next to oatmeal. Rice is last because it's least filling. That's why I prefer having higher volume foods right now, because I'm not really in a full-blown off season, so I still want to feel full. Sweet potato does the trick for me. And Brussels sprouts, of course, that's why I'm still adding vegetables to my meals. And extra lean ground beef is my favorite protein source. So yeah, we're gonna eat this and get to work. All right, guys, it's 6:30 p.m. I just got back from Starbucks. It was like a Starbucks in Chapters. I was working more in the Chapters area because it's quieter. I spent like 4 hours there. I had a lot of client protocols to adjust and actually new client protocols to create, like meal plans and training programs. So I knocked out all that, just got home. Now I'm having my last meal of the night, actually. I'm gonna be in bed by around 10 and it's like 6:30, so I'm just gonna eat this now and I'll show you guys what I'm eating. So we got 4 whole eggs cooked in 5 grams of coconut oil with just over a cup of oats. It's like 120 grams of oats weighted dry. And again, I added the stevia and toffee flavoring drops with salt on top, so it's like salted caramel oatmeal. I'm just gonna eat this and then practice some lines and some scripts. And that's actually gonna conclude today's vlog. So I hope you guys enjoy the workout footage, the training footage, enjoy the full day of eating and seeing what I eat. I basically post vlogs and educational bodybuilding content pretty much daily. So if you guys are interested in that, then consider subscribing. So I'll see you guys in that next video.